Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP chart analysts continue to agree that XRP is on the cusp of another major move in price to the upside. And it's interesting to see this because this comes at a time when many in the world of crypto here are not feeling so hot. There's a lot of whining and a lot of desperation, a lot of capitulation. If you hop onto social media, specifically X, you can see it all over the place, except in the XRP community. What do you know? Price goes up and people are pretty happy that XRP is over $3. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of people in our community bitching about that. And frankly, most people don't anyway, but if you go back a year ago, just search for XRP and XRP comments, it's just endless negativity. Now, that's not because most people in the community were negative. It's because the people in the community who are negative are the noisiest. And that's true of any community. But what I'm saying now is you're not finding that here. Not surprising. I'm just saying it's kind of nice. You might not be used to that. But all sorts of other crypto communities like Ethereum, for example, not doing so hot currently. But that is the time of maximum opportunity. It's a metric because what coincides with great looking charts is it's just sentiment being in the gutter. And sentiment is in the gutter, and it's at a time when, if you look at historic precedent based on Ethereum price action, it's probably ready to rocket to the upside. And even if you don't hold Ethereum, that's fine. But Ethereum historically has kind of really gotten the most fun part of alt season going, so I do want to see it move to the upside, not just because I've been holding Ethereum since 2017, but because I understand that the asset class moves in tandem, and I'm ready to get this party onto the next phase, if you will. And it is coming. You'll see. Like this is the time to be ridiculously amped up about what's about to occur. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely, excuse me, you definitely should ignore that cough. I'll just leave it there. You know my intro. As I record this video, it's 2:17 p.m. Central Time. It is Saturday, January 25th, 2025. XRP at $3.12, Bitcoin at $105,178. So we're just moving sideways. We're just waiting for this thing to go, but it's going to. So not only do all sorts of XRP chart analysts agree, yeah, this thing is about to go, which I will be highlighting in this video, just give me a couple minutes. The good news is that this is at a time when all sorts of chart analysts that track ETH are saying, yeah, it makes sense. Everybody's bitching up a storm about it. The chart says, yes, it's going to go. That's great for XRP too, by the way, again, as I explained at the outset of the video. And Bitcoin looks like it's about to go, according to tons of chart analysts. That's why it's just so fun to see this capitulation in the midst of a bull market. And part of the reason for that is you don't see this level of emotional capitulation at actual market peaks. You just don't. At the actual market peak, we'll look back. Once we have the benefit of hindsight, let some time pass, and we'll be like, yeah, that was definitely the peak. And we'll be like, what was the sentiment at that time? And what you'll find is it was ridiculous euphoria and glee. That's what it will be. It won't be the sentiment we have now across the board. Anyway, so here's a post from chart analyst Stock Money Lizards, hashtag Bitcoin. After the bullish weekly MACD sign, this is just a temporary stop. $108,000 resistance is going to break soon. As you can see, the previous bull cycle suggests that momentum is just getting started. Get ready. And so if you compare where we are right now in the cycle, look how it looked in the previous cycle, just understand there are all sorts of phases where even in a bull market, you get a little bit of sideways action, but this is like some crazy amount of sideways price action here. But in those moments, there's a certain amount of people that do get impatient, and if certain coins are moving down, then you're going to see that type of capitulation. I'm just saying that all of this is normal in a bull market, but we're not going to stay here if history rhymes with itself, and I believe it will. Here's a post from chart analyst Tech Dev. You do understand Bitcoin is over 100,000 United States dollars, right? And that alt season only started after it broke this line. You'll have to look at the screen to see what he's referencing. And that's always comes 2 years off the bottom. And that believing there won't be another alt season is typical. Only thing more bullish than this is the sentiment. And so he is absolutely correct. There's all sorts of people, and I just laugh and I think it's ridiculous. It's just their emotions on the internet. They're just spewing their stupid little emotions on the internet. They've given up. Oh my God, there's not even going to be an alt season. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just shut up. I don't care. It's wrong. It's just people spewing emotions. But this is indeed what happens. The only way we're not having an alt season is if history for the first time just decides to not rhyme with itself. That would be a bit peculiar, right? I mean, if there's a global black swan event, something like that, sure. Outside of that, no. Because this is how things have been in previous cycles, and people bitching up a storm just like this. But look at how things have been in the past. Look at last market cycle on your screen and the time before that. Everything's lining up in the way that you would want and hope it to for continuation. Chart Analyst Mustache also agrees. He wrote this, and this is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin on your screen, so it's just all the altcoins here. And he says, this cycle has been repeating 2016 and 2017 for months, and people actually think alt season could be canceled, LOL. Yes, it's playing out very similar to then, but you have to understand that it's just much bigger this time around. We're facing the best time, in my opinion, though. And so you can see that he's noted with this yellow circle, well, not circle, but ovalish shape, compared to this last one in 2017-ish. He's saying that looks about the same, and you can see what followed that. So he thinks it's going to be like 2017, which I have seen a lot of analysts speculate on, except for this time he thinks it's actually going to be even bigger, which would just be insane, because 2017 was bananas. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Michael from July 14th, 2023. This is the day after XRP received legal clarity from Judge Torres in the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. And he wrote, I hold 0 Ethereum. I see no reason to hold Ethereum over XRP or Bitcoin. Ethereum was last bull run's winner. XRP will outperform it massively this run. Okay, the general sentiment I agree with in terms of the outperformance of XRP. I've been saying that for a long time. XRP is just going to absolutely devastate Bitcoin and Ethereum. That just makes sense. There's a lot of ground to catch up here. Although I do hold all three. I've held all three of those coins he cited since 2017, November of 2017. Happily so. I'm not a maximalist of any kind. XRP is my favorite coin. Yeah, I'm biased now, but I came into crypto as a blank slate, used logic and reason to come to that conclusion, and yeah, so now I'm biased. I got heavy XRP bags, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy about that. But I'm not a maximalist, and I want all coins to do well, and I think it makes sense to have a diversified portfolio, and so I happily hold my ETH, even though everyone in the ETH community not so happy right now. So anyway, then he reposted that just this morning, and he wrote, I am a notorious ETH bear, but I can't be bearish on Ethereum when sentiment is this bad. People are taking .eth out of their usernames. Bottom signals are everywhere. ETH holders should have taken my advice and bought XRP instead, but if I was an ETH holder, I wouldn't sell here. Now, if you were following my channel a year ago, I was saying, guys, when sentiment is this bad, that's what precedes a massive move to the upside. And that happened, didn't it? For a long time in 2024, just sentiment was in the gutter. I mean, just if you'd hop on the social media, that's what it would look like, certainly. Again, I'm not saying it's literally most people. Same thing with Ethereum now. This is what precedes massive moves to the upside because markets find bottoms and so does sentiment. It's just one more signal you can look at. And when that happens, it's going to be great for the entire market. Here's a post from Crypto Wizard. Bottom is near. The Ethereum bottom is getting closer. What you've seen so far is exactly like each cycle. The C wave in ETH BTC is nearly complete. Get ready for a rocket to new highs. So I keep seeing that from analysts. Now, as far as XRP, well, here's an XRP Ethereum chart. And he said, this is Dark Defender, he said, XRP is continuing its momentum against Ether. Third wave stands on 0.0022404 ratio, which means, for Ethereum, if it moves sideways, is what he's saying, around $3,200, which is slightly below where it is at the time I'm recording this, by like $100 or so. So if it just moves sideways, and then XRP has that gain, which, I mean, look, let's be real, it's gonna substantially outperform ETH. So then if it does, you're looking at XRP at $8.76, just from that. And now if he says if ETH corrects, and then you're looking at that type of move for XRP against ETH, then the United States dollar value would still be $4.55. Now, realistically, I think ETH is going to go way, way, way higher this cycle. And that's why the people that are calling for like even $20 XRP, I don't know if it's going to happen. I admit that, but I don't think that's remotely crazy. And if Ethereum goes to, about $10,000, which would just be double its all-time high from last cycle, and if XRP catches up with that, because historically it has competed for that number 2 spot in market cap, that does put, if you're talking about equivalent market caps, that would put XRP at over $20. It's not crazy to think. And Dark Defender certainly agrees with that. He said XRP will take over the second place soon. Here's a post from Mikey Bull Crypto. He's optimistic, let's say. XRP, another hated rally seems imminent. And again, I keep seeing that from tons of different analysts. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom at TraderView2, XRP. He says, volatility has reached an 18-day low as price has started coiling. And I will just pause to note that as you see a reduction in volatility, that is very frequently what precedes a notable burst. And so he's saying XRP's coiling? Yup. And man, the best, I'm so curious to know where this thing's gonna top. But the best is so obviously ahead. We're not there. It's neat to see that XRP already hit a new all-time high in the cycle. Awesome. Love it. I really am super curious about the face melting portion here where it enters a true price discovery. That's what we're waiting for. But anyway, he says, I believe a large move is on the horizon as confirmed with Bitcoin's recent price action. Flipping $3.20 is the main objective here for a bullish breakout where all-time high VWAP and weekly R VWAP sits. $2.90 area remains strong support. And then he says, XRP order book remains extremely thin, so anyone who steps up first here wins. I am of course leaning bullish with Bitcoin a few percent under all-time high, but the king will show us the road at the end of the day. Well, ultimately we're going to trend to the upside. I mean, you can't never say for sure that there can't be a little temporary breakdown, but I don't think structurally anything's going to break here. Because again, then you're talking about an instance where this time actually is different. Typically famous last word, so I doubt it. Now, of course, XRP follows Bitcoin typically. So I thought I'd highlight this too. Dom is also talking about Bitcoin here. He says, Bitcoin update, and this is just from this morning, still perfectly stuck in mid-range between large buy/sell walls. This is going to be fun to watch get broken after 7 days in this range. Coiling. Something big is brewing, in my opinion. Okay, so he says that Bitcoin's coiling, XRP is coiling. He can see it in the charts. Something big is about to happen. So is it going to be down or up? Well, he's obviously thinking more likely than not it's going to go to the upside. Here's a post from chart analyst Sistine Research. And this is an XRP chart on your screen, but they wrote XRP flagging under all-time high. Solana flagging under all-time high. ETH huge, inverse, head and shoulders, and wedge. Alt season. So it was just kind of highlighting for multiple coins, things look very good actually. And that is indeed what I keep seeing. Even for Ethereum, like markets find bottoms, my friend. Markets find bottoms. I mean, unless you believe this is actually the moment after all these years, Ethereum finally goes to zero. But it's the same thing I was saying a year ago about XRP. I mean, unless you really believe this is the moment where for the first time it's different in XRP. Rather than find a market bottom, it just goes to zero. Do you really think that's the moment? I mean, it's just like, obviously not. Here's a post from chart analyst The Great Matsby. All you need is one set of fibs to destroy the XRP haters. This fib extension alone is enough for them to cry because it only means one thing. The 2.618 fib extension is next at $9. That is going to be so life-changing for so many people listening. I know there's some newer people that bought more in like the $1, $2, $3 range, but I also know that there are a ton listening right now who bought well below $1. There are a lot of you out there listening that have been here for years, some as long as me, even longer, that bought, sub 20 cents, 25 cents. That was my average buying price, 25 cents, 30 cents, 40, 50, 60, 70, so on and so on. Tons of you out there. And so I know that by the time we get up there, if that price is presented this market cycle, which is not a crazy thing, some people think it's really conservative, in fact, that's going to be incredibly life-changing for so many people listening right now. It's just exciting because we've been waiting literally for years for this to happen, and we're in the process of being vindicated. I mean, we already have been in the sense that people said XRP would go to zero, and then instead it just hit a new all-time high. So suck it, bitches. Sorry, all our haters. Not sorry though. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Tony. XRP to $10 this cycle, in my opinion, and that was just from this morning. Crypto Michael clearly agrees with that chart analyst. Another guy that called the massive breakout this cycle for XRP accurately, and he simply wrote imminent. So he believes imminently XRP is going to be breaking to the upside and getting closer to $10. Here's a post from chart analyst Javon Marks. XRP's 9-hour looks to have displayed another breakout, and this can spark a continuation towards the $10 plus levels. And so again, I'm just highlighting, I keep seeing this from all sorts of analysts over and over and over again. And when that happens, they're usually correct. Strong majority of the time, in fact. Here's a post from chart analyst Steph is Crypto. XRP double bottom breakout confirmed on the monthly time frame. Technical price target $30 plus 900%. Well, I don't know if that's going to hit, but I will say this. XRP at $3 is going to look pretty damn cheap if he's right, if it gets up there. We'll see if it does. Not crazy. Now, that's not my base case, but even I will admit that's not crazy if enough money flows into the space. Bitcoin, especially if Bitcoin gets up to like, $2 to $250,000. My God, the amount of money that will flow through into altcoins like XRP will just be completely absurd. I mean, you could see over $10,000 ETH and then over $20 XRP. Sure. I'm not so bold as to predict that. I'm just saying under such circumstances, yeah, which is why I would say this isn't crazy. I'm not necessarily counting on it for this cycle, but even and some people would say I'm too conservative. That's fine. I admit it's possible. It could happen. We will see. What an exciting time to be an XRP holder. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.